Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble morning. Continue to have a blessed and humble day. This y'all shorty Rachel. I'm just on this John this morning, man. Some random thoughts, right? I'm not gonna be long. So what I did was, right, earlier I wrote down something real quick, what I wanted to say, so that way I will not be all over the place this morning. So I hope everyone has had a blessed and humble morning, like I said. Blessings, young Rias. Blessings. How you doing this morning, right? So I'm gonna just, get this out, right? To just say what I'm gonna say, and hopefully everybody understands what I'm trying to say. Basically, there's a lot of stuff I'll be holding in, and so that this morning I won't be out all over the place. I wrote this down, right? So I got a little, message for the parents out here. I know there's a lot of parents out here that's going through a lot, man. If y'all haven't checked out the word, make sure y'all do. He's got this program. He's from Detroit. He is starting. He's trying to help single mothers, right, with young boys, to help them, to mentor them. It's like the Big Brother program, and basically this program will help the young men turn from young men to men. I think that what he's trying to do will benefit a lot of women. Me, some as a community activist, right? I do feel as though what he's trying to do, I would like to implement it here in Philly and find a way that I could do it, especially if I can get this community center up and running. All right. So, like I said, so many parents. Listen, I understand these parents because I'm also going through it as a single mother of a son, right? I have a fiance, I have a daughter with him, right? But he is not the father of my other two kids. So I've had to raise those two boys, by myself. I'm not single, but when it comes to them, I'm a single mother, right? I do not push, you know, my daughter's father on my two boys. He does help me. He intervenes, when my boys get out of pocket, as he should, right? Like I appreciate that. Like their father's not in the picture, right? So I'm putting my example out there so people can understand, right? Um, some boys can get out of hand sometimes. They can get, they could be a handful sometimes, especially when they hit the ages of 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? And they think they're grown, they could do whatever they want. Me as a parent, I feel as though that we have to give our kids, our hard lesson in life sometimes, right? They want to be grown, but you're gonna have to learn what being grown is like, right? I don't like hitting my kids, right? Um, shit, I used to pop my kids when they was younger, but shit, they older now. Like hitting them is not gonna make a difference. So this is what I got to say, right? Parenting can be tough, especially when kids start testing boundaries. It's important to set limits and hold them accountable for their actions. Covering up every mistake can lead to a sense of entitlement. Be honest and open with your kids and help them learn from their mistakes. Remember, you're not just raising children, you're raising responsible adults. It's disheartening when friends and family members undermine your parenting efforts or take advantage of your vulnerabilities. It's a tough reality that sometimes those closest to us can be our biggest critics. This is why it's crucial to surround yourself with supportive people who genuinely care about your well being and that of your children. Remember, true family is not defined by blood ties, but by the bonds of love, respect, and mutual support. Right? Good morning, Jamaican Shore Fishing. How you doing, guys? Make sure y'all go check out Jamaican Shore Fishing. He has a great channel. He does fishing. Listen, man, I love watching him. Go watch him. Y'all will not be disappointed. So, right, at times we got family members, we got friends that we think that we could trust, right? And they're there, right? But I've always said family is not, who you're born into. Family is what you make of it. Sometimes, you got friends and family. You call them friends? Can you call them family, right? When they're kicking you when you're down. I have that too. As a normal person, listen, man, I've been dealing with it for the longest, especially after the father of my kids died, right? I've had my father's mother, my kid's father's mother, try to make my life hard. Like she's tried calling DHS, she's tried doing so many things. A shorty's fault that I speak my mind. You see where I'm coming from? Like I don't got nothing to hide, like I tell people, right? So as a parent, we shouldn't be scared of the system. It's like recently, right? I thought I was getting help from somebody, right? That I thought it was family. Facts. We got kids that are rebellious. So this is why I'm trying to take the time to do this morning, right? And I didn't want to make it so long, so I wrote it down, because if I don't write it down, I will be all over the place. Trust me. Random thoughts, random topics, yes, and people will be, and it'll take them a minute to put two and two together, but it really all goes hand in hand. But yeah, our kids could be rebellious. Like for example, my 15-year-old gets mad whenever my daughter's father comes in and he has to sit here, he raises his voice, and at times, the F-bomb comes out because he's hard-headed, and he'll try to sit here and challenge him. Da, 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 da. You see where I'm coming from? So it's like, nah, you respect. I got to teach my kids respect and boundaries, right? These kids get rebellious after a while. Like with my son, the reason he's like that, right, is because his grandmom put stuff in his head. So it's like, instead of helping, she kicks people down. Like she did it to her own son, and it's like, what makes you think she won't do it to other people? What makes you think she won't do it to her grandchildren? Like her son's in the casket right now because she was a mother that wanted to sit here and do drugs with her kids. She was a mother that wanted to choose men over her own kids, men that wasn't there for her kids, men that abused her kids, that mistreated her kids. You see where I'm coming from? So I'm grateful. I'm glad that you know my daughter's father, right? He's been there, but he's not abusive. He's not like, listen, man, I could really sit here and be grateful. Like, this man has helped me. Like, I don't know if women appreciate when they got men in their life, right, that are willing to even go to jail to just help you and see you better yourself. And what I mean by that, like, with the type of grandmother that my kids have, right, she has tried to, damage my baby father's character just because she doesn't like him, just because she's racist. She feels some type of way that, I'm with a black man. Oh, you not put like, man, I get tired of hearing Puerto Rican women say, oh, you're not Puerto Rican if you with a black man, or if you're doing no, 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 no. Listen, learn your fucking roots to begin with, right? Because if you're Puerto Rican and your roots are Haitian, Jamaican, right? And African as a Taino, right? If you really represent your tribe, you should know what your roots are. And as a Puerto Rican, right? And I represent the Taino side, right? I was born in the islands. I don't say I'm Puerto Rican. Yes, I was born in the island of Puerto Rico, but I come from the Taino tribe in Puerto Rico. And it took me years to even realize that I came from a tribe. I had to look at my roots, and I had to dig in deep to even know that my ancestors were Jamaican, Haitian, and African. And I wasn't in their era. So what they've left behind and the messages they've left behind, I'm listening to it carefully. I'm soaking it in, and applying to it. Like, I don't know if people understood the messages that was given to them, but yeah, we got kids that are rebellious for various reasons, right? And there's a lot of parents out here that are trying to find ways, right, to help their kids, right? Especially when they're going through depression, right? Because there's a lot of kids that are not going through abuse. I speak up for kids' rights, right? And there are kids out here that are being abused. We speak about all that. We speak about all that a lot. But do we speak about the parents, right? Do we speak about the parents that are going through it out here, that are struggling because, their kids are acting out because of the influence that are outside, whether it's on these streets or worse yet, family members, friends that you think that are supposed to be there, right? Helping you out. But in reality, they're digging a bigger hole for you. Because if, right there at that moment, y'all having a disagreement, oh, let me take advantage. Let me kick them down right now because they didn't do or say what I wanted, or because they didn't agree to what I said or I wanted to do, or, like, damn. It's crazy. Shit like that happens, right? You got family members that reflect, right, that are stuck, that don't want to move forward, but they're trying to bring down the ones that are actually, trying to take a step forward, that are actually pushing it, trying to succeed. That's why, this phrase my baby pops always tells me, right? He always tells me, whenever you're doing good, you're going to have someone that's always going to try. try to knock you down. And the crazy part about it is, right, it's always who you least expected. You would think it would be an op that would do the worst thing to you, but it always comes from those closest to you. So you have to be careful, right? So let me continue. My bad, my bad. I apologize, guys. I do apologize, right? It's heartbreaking to see a child succumb to a negative influences, especially when it comes from someone you trusted. It can feel like losing a part of them to a world you don't recognize. However, it's important to remember that your love and guidance are still crucial. Remember, while it's important to provide guidance and support, ultimately your child will need to learn life's lessons on their own. However, by offering your love, understanding, and consistent support, you can help them navigate the difficult period and emerge stronger. It's crucial to be selective about who you seek advice from, especially during challenging times. Some people may offer well intended advice, while others may have ulterior motives or simply lack empathy. It's important to trust your instincts and surround yourself with supported individuals who care about your well-being, because not everybody that's there for you, not everybody that's riding with you is for you. I don't care if it's family, I don't care if it's friends. Some people, listen, nothing in this world is free. And I want y'all to understand that in your family, in your baby pop's family, right? If you're a woman, right? Listen, your family and your other half's family, whoever you had this kid with, right? Family is not really your kid's family. You're your kid's family. I mean, I don't know if I have to break that one down for a lot of people, right? But it's so much going on around us, right? And like I tell people, I don't have nothing to hide. I don't give two fucks. I have morals. I have respect. Like, especially with these morals. A lot of people lack morals nowadays. They don't got their morals in check. And that's why a lot of bullshit happens, yo. And we got to understand that our kids are like sponges, yo. So I know that, and I'm noticing there's a lot of parents having so many issues, right? Um, Questions have lingered, right? I've had conversations with so many parents. Is it because of what's happening, with these rights to have been taken away from the parents? Or are we as parents at one point in time lacking? And what I mean by that, are we spoiling our kids? Because we don't want certain things to happen in our past to happen to them. And now we're making entitled kids. And what I mean by that, we're creating entitled grown-ups, right? Because we raise these grown-ups. These are kids that turn into grown-ups. These are young boys and girls that turn to young women and young men and end up becoming women and men. So, I mean, it's up to us. We have to find a way. We have to figure it out. And like I said, we need more conversations, more topics about this. We need to talk about it more. This is something that is becoming like, real big right now, real crucial, how can I say, real critical right now in our communities, right? A lot of these parents are good. Should some of these parents go to jail because their kids want to be hard-headed because there's no programs out here in reality for these kids? Me, like I said, that's why I want to bring this community center out. Like I've noticed it, even with my own kids. Having your kids in the house too much, right, bores them, it depresses them, especially if you're a parent that's working a lot, whether it's at home or out the house, right? Kids are going to find so many things. Listen, the same way they find ways to do things outside and be bad, they'll find ways to do things here in the house and be bad. Crazy part about it is, right, when we shelter them in the house to try to keep them from the streets, the internet is way worse than these streets. At least in these streets, and you can see. When it comes to the internet, you're blind and ignorant to certain things. So this is a battle that I see a lot of parents fighting. We got a lot of rebellious kids, a lot of kids angry, mad at the world. What's making these kids mad? What is making these kids angry, right? Especially when they're living at home in homes where they don't really need for nothing, right? Some of these kids are getting mad because they've had a phone taken from them for over a year, or their parent won't buy them a PlayStation or an Xbox because their child is not showing them consistency. Their child doesn't know how to take accountability when their child has to. I'm a mother. I'm going through it right now. So I understand a lot of you parents. And yes, this does have to be, awareness has to be brought to this topic. So many parents who said it earlier? Let me get to the chat real quick. Blessings, blessings, Miss Always Ellie. We got Miss Always Ellie in the building. Let me see. I think that was Jamaican Shore. I don't know why I said bridge. What the heck did I just breathe with bridge in it? Okay, so it was Jamaican Shore. Jamaican Shore, I hope everything goes well in this court situation. But yeah, like some parents, unfortunately, right? I do not listen, DHS doesn't have a good name on them, right? But I can sit here and say that when you as a parent sit here and call the Department of Human Services to try to get help with your child, they do have people in there that care, right? It's hard because listen, it's just a lack of knowledge, right? They do got programs, right? I know some social workers. I've sat down with them during a lot of these events and community meetings I go to, right? So listen, recently I just learned that, boarding schools is not what we all thought about. Like shit, we had a boarding school here in Philly, and it's for kids that have behavioral problems, like they talking back to their parents, they don't want to listen, they don't want to stay at home, and I'm sitting here like, oh snap. I thought boarding school was some type of shit. Like, how when you go and watch the movie Matilda and the principal was, I thought that was some type like shit. They did some type of disciplinary shit. Nope, 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 nope. So they got a couple programs right now, like in Philadelphia. They got a few. I think we could do better. We need better programs because what they got, I think should be bettered from, the research that I've done. But don't because you're scared of the government or you're scared because of what somebody has told you about the system, right? Y'all know I speak a lot about this. Do not be scared to go ask a social worker for assistance, for help when your child is, out of control and you're not able to control them, right? Going to ask for support doesn't mean that you're giving up on your child. It means that you're, trying to help your child make it, how can I say it? It means that you're trying to help your child see another day. Like, I know that the system has a bad reputation, but there's people out here with organizations that are bringing out programs, especially now in 2024. So many people are really trying to, put that footwork out here and bring things that, was needed that were taken away. I don't know if Trump's going to make a big difference while he's in office, but what I keep telling people, I'm not focused on the president. I'm focused on these legislators. My focus is on these legislators because they're the ones that, write the bills and send them to get approved. We need to focus on them. But, right, let's continue. I got one more thing. Okay. Right, we're going to continue, right? I also see that. Let's continue. It's wise to be observant of the people around you and their behavior. Sometimes people's true intentions are revealed through their actions. It's important to surround yourself with positive and supportive individuals who uplift and contribute to your well-being. Adapting Adapting to changing circumstances and relationships is a valuable life skill. Not everyone who claims to be your friend is genuinely there for you. It is important to be discerning and identify those who truly support you. Some people may harbor negative feelings or envy, leading them to act in harmful ways. Remember, your strength lies in your ability to overcome adversity and persevere. It is essential to stay strong and resist negative influences. Surround yourself with positive people who uplift you and encourage you to reach your full potential. By choosing a positive path and seeking guidance, you can overcome challenges and emerge stronger. So on that note, man, I hope people understand what I got on this live to do this morning, man. I'm not just trying to bring awareness to the kids that are suffering. I'm also trying to bring awareness and help the parents, right, that are struggling, that are single parents, right? Whether you are a single father or you are a single mother, right? I'm trying to also help them. There's ways to overcome these type of situations. Don't let the darkness win. Keep standing up, because you're going to have people, whether they say they love you, I'm your friend, I'm your sister, I'm this, or they hate you. So next time, this y'all shorty Rachel. I hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble day. Continue to have a blessed and humble morning. I'm going to see y'all on my next live.